Good morning, everybody. Have you guys seen the Chinese robot show at the Chinese New Year Gala? I mean, if you haven't seen it, if you haven't watched it, make sure you go and watch it. Everyone is talking about it. It's amazing. Like they have this bunch of robots, all right? They do these moves, gymnastic moves, all kind of moves. So crisp, so capable. It's amazing. When I saw it, I was shocked. I was shocked because I have never seen anything like that, right? I, as an engineer, have been more or less following the evolution of robotics. And the best I have known was the products of Boston Dynamics. And then the best I think we have in US is Atlas robot in terms of humanoid robots, right? And Atlas, every time I was looking at the video, they were still training it to do a little bit of the backflip, a little bit of that, a little bit of that, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. But then I saw this Chinese show, and I was blown away. From what I saw, they are like some years ahead of us in terms of robotics, which is amazing, given that they spend less than us as a percent of GDP and general and overall as well in their R&D. And the fact that they could achieve this is just amazing. Now, uh, uh, the one thing that immediately hit me as I was watching the show was that, man, if they give a gun to every one of these robots, and given China's manufacturing capability, they could build these things in probably like 10,000, 1,000 a day, right? They build massive ships like every week. They build like one or two big ships or something like that, right? Like given their manufacturing capability, the volume that they can produce, just if they just start making these things in mass and give each of them a gun, all right, they could take over any country on earth, right? Any country on earth. I mean, watch it for yourself and just imagine that, right? And which brings me to a point that I want to make. I think Chinese, they want to also make a point, send a message by this that now look at this, we have this technology, we're using it for entertainment, right? So one, don't mess with us. Second, you have nothing near this, right? And every technology you have, we just want to put a gun on it and go around the world and kill people, right? Use it to pick up fights, right? That's what we do. And these guys, they have been able to deliver than this. We have been talking about this Elon Musk or everyone else in the entire robotic and AI industry. They have been always talking about it for the past 10 years. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. China quietly actually delivered. Okay. And at this pace, I don't know, in 5 years, they will, we will be, we will, I mean, our robots will be like a kid's toy, kids' toys compared to theirs, right? So I can't help it but to think, just this picture, this image comes to my mind, nowadays that takes me back to World War II era and the history that we know from that time. We know Nazi Germany, they had some good technologies. They had like the best tank technology and then airplanes, some a few others, right? And then they started and they were making some of these and all. And then as soon as they had the technology, they were going around the world picking up fights, right? We are the best race, we are this, we are that. We need your country, we need that, so we need to control you, we need to control that. So that was their attitude. And then they of course they started World War II, devastating war, right? And the US was helping the other side, and they kept making fun of us, all right, the United States. And you can go and look at the videos or read the books, and you will see that they will put up these caricatures, in French, uh, to show them that, oh, US, even if they want, they can't come to help you or anything like that. US, they don't have the capabilities that we have. They don't have the military that we have. And it's right. US military was very limited in numbers, and the military military production was also very limited. But guess what happens? US having the manufacturing capacity, right, slowly cranked it up right? Slowly trained their armed forces, built a massive army, and also started making planes and tanks and so on and so forth. To the point that in I don't know 1943, I think, or 1941, at some point during the war, U.S. was manufacturing more airplanes than the rest of the world combined. That includes Germany, the entire axis, Germany, Japan, all of them, plus Soviet Union and then Britain and so on and so forth. Like that was the capacity. All right, sure, their planes they were not, the best technology. Maybe Japanese or maybe Germany they had slightly better planes. The same thing for the tanks. Tanks, U.S. tanks were very simple, but they would work. Right, they would send them. They were producing them in mass, and then they would send them to Soviet. They were using Soviet. They were used in every front because they were working, right. They worked, and then they would produce them, in bulk. They knew how to produce them. They were easily fixable. Okay, so that manufacturing capacity, okay, even though US Army was less trained than Germany, even though their technology was not the best or as good as Germany, won the war because they could come and evaporate everyone else. Okay, so if you look at today, what you have today, we are kind of like what Nazi Germany was, right? Right? We have little technology, right? Some technology we have the best, sure, and then we go around the world picking up fights. We have massive military and all that, trained and all that. We have military. We have a massive budget. Our military budget is the size of the sixth or seventh whatever economy of the world. The fuel that our military, our armed forces use, they are equivalent to what, like an eighth or tenth country in the world, like the eighth or tenth nation in the world, country in the world economy. Like eighth, I don't know, eighth is eighth, tenth, whatever, around that. Like this is the tenth economy in the world. The amount of fuel that they use on a daily basis is what our armed forces they use, right? So that's our situation, similar to what Germany had, Nazi Germany pre-World War II, for example. And China reminds me of what we used to be, what America used to be, right? Manufacturing capability, minding their own business, right? Trying to pull their own nation up and producing, trying to get technology, right? That's what the situation is. I mean, I can help, but to think that. Uh, just wanted to, drop that point. Anyways, you guys have a good rest of the day.